you have to go in thinking, this is for me, this position is mine.
So this is Dr. Jeff Kim with the Ed Family YouTube channel. I'm so glad to be here with Andres Rios. I've known him for a couple of years now. And even back then, when he was a student teacher, a teacher at Cal State University Fullerton, I was so proud of him. He's doing innovative work, but a big congratulations to him now being hired as a part of Santa Ana. Big congratulations to you, Andres.
Thank you, Dr. Kim. Yes, I am Andres Rios. I graduated from Cal State Fullerton with my bachelor's degree in 2023. And just this past June, I received my single subject teaching credential in Spanish. And as Dr. Kim mentioned, I am now a teacher for Santa Ana Unified School District. I just got hired this month, and I'm very excited to start and be here with all of you.
Now, the reason why I know Andres Rios has just completed his program and got this position is because he actually took the time to connect with me and let me know where his journey was headed. And I appreciated that so much, which is why actually I thought it'd be beneficial to have a channel like this, because maybe there's some student teachers out there or teachers out there who are looking for maybe something different, or you're applying for positions and you're wondering, how do I do this? So I'm going to share two things today, or actually Andres is going to share two things that he did that I thought was exemplary practice. First of all, I think it's great to hear that thank you letter. And then second, he has a digital portfolio of so many different things, including his resume, strategies, and we're going to be talking about that in a little bit. So those are the two parts of this video. The first part is, once again, the thank you letter. And the second part is the digital portfolio. So Andres, this might be a little bit uncomfortable since we're face to face, but you did write me an email and I did read it. I was so warmly received. But for our viewers who watch this, I would love for them to kind of hear the way that you wrote it, because it touched my heart, and so it might give them ideas as well. Would you mind reading that thank you letter?
Yes, for sure. As Dr. Kim was mentioning, staying connected with your former educators, I think, is something we should prioritize, because once we're at the top, we have to remember who were the ones who helped us get there. And so Dr. Kim was a very influential educator in my career and in my education. So I will go ahead and read you the email I wrote for him when I got the teaching position. It says, "Hello, Dr. Kim. I hope you are enjoying your well-deserved summer. I know it's been a while since I've reached out. This is Andres Rios. I hope you still remember me. I attached a photo of us and a class photo for your reference. I took your EDSC 304 course during the spring of 2022. I just finished the credential program this past school year and have officially obtained my preliminary single subject credential as of June 6th. I am sending this email to update you on my job hunting. I humbly inform you that last week, on Monday, July 15th, I accepted an offer with Santa Ana Unified School District. I will be teaching at Segerstrom High School for the 2024-25 school year for Spanish 1 and 2 non-native speakers, and I signed my contract later today. This achievement would not have been possible without your unconditional support from the very beginning. You have been a fundamental pillar and inspiration in my education and career. I wholeheartedly appreciate you, not only for teaching me about educational technology, but for instilling ethical values, for always believing in me, and for helping me develop my confidence and leadership. I will never find the proper words to thank you." To provide more context, I achieved the following 3 interviews: Rosemead High School, El Monte Union High School District; Segerstrom High School, Santa Ana Unified; Stacy Middle School, Westminster School District. This position was for dual immersion. I was accepted in all 3 schools, but took the offer at Segerstrom High School. After accepting the position, Paramount Unified had called me for an interview, but it was too late as my decision was already made. Once again, I am grateful for everything. You were there for me like a parental figure would, so you deserve to be congratulated and recognized for my employment. I hope to see you again very soon. Thank you. Kind regards, Andres.
Wow. I'm so honored to receive a letter like this. So I saw this and I got this email from you and I was like, oh my goodness, I was just celebrating in my heart, and it just left an impression in my heart. So I was just thinking it'd be good to kind of maybe share this with others, because I'm sure there's others who feel this way about maybe others that have impacted their lives, but they haven't expressed it to them. And I know how much I valued hearing it from you, so perhaps I thought others would want to hear these kinds of things as well. I could tell you that, any educator out there, if they received a letter like this, they'd be so honored and proud to receive it. Now, in addition to that, I already knew, Andres, like your work quality, because even 2 years ago in the EDSC 304, you were creating some amazing digital unit plans. I still remember the way that you organized the information in such a comprehensible way for students. And so it doesn't surprise me that 2 years later, you've built even more upon this. And so I know you've created a digital portfolio which showcases some of your work, a little bit about yourself and some of your work. For others who may be thinking about creating a digital portfolio, like they're applying to positions and they're wanting to showcase themselves, they want to do more than just that one piece of paper that has like their resume or a written cover letter. Can you share a little bit about what you did? I do have your Google slide up, and I thought maybe you could share some of the highlights of it.
Yes, as Dr. Kim was saying, when you go to interview, you have to remember you only have about 10 to 15 minutes of showcasing what you have, and that's just them asking you questions. And so you don't have enough time to really explain to all of these panelists what you're capable of doing as an educator, what you have done in the classroom, because a lot of it is not what would you do, it's what have you done. And so I created this digital portfolio for panelists and personalize it to each school that I interviewed for. And so I put it together physically in a binder, a copy for the administrator or for the district representative. And then for the rest of the panelists, I printed out the first sheet and asked them to kindly scan at their leisure if they wanted to overlook my portfolio. And so I divided it into 5 different sections, again, just to kind of organize it and make it more accessible for these panelists. The first section, it includes all of the professional documents, letters of support, my resume, my cover letter. I even included my classroom vision. I typed up a document of what my classroom vision looks like. And then I included a parent welcome letter. So that way, districts or administrators saw, if I were to be hired for this position, this is the letter I would send out to parents on the first day of school to welcome them. And so, that kind of already shows you're a step ahead and you're already thinking, oh, he's going to get the position, because you have to go in thinking, this is for me, this position is mine. And so after that, I included a section on engaging and supporting all learners and enhancing college level literacy skills. Regardless of the mission, the vision, whatever district you apply to, they will always ask you how you differentiate instruction, how you support language learners, and how you support IEP students. That is bottom line of teaching and should always be done. And so that's why I included an entire section dedicated to how I differentiate, how I support students, how I implement UDL-based strategies into the classroom. And so I also combine that with college level literacy skills, because again, I think education right now is steering away from this idea of rote memorization and more so critical thinking, application, transferring your skills, evaluating, synthesizing information. And so I wanted to show how I take an everyday lesson and I'm incorporating all of these higher order thinking skills. My third section includes innovative standard-based projects for 21st century learning. Again, this idea of fostering those soft skills in the classroom, like collaboration, learning in innovative ways, whether it be kinesthetic, whether it be auditory or visual. You want to show these districts and showcase how you're able to take something from the curriculum and bring it for students to be engaged. I'll give an example of one of the projects I personally like. So for the imperative mode, well, I'll start off by explaining that grammar can be something that's very boring for students. And for the imperative mode, since it's the mode you use to give directions, petitions, instructions, I had students create a video of them showing us how to do something. So, it's an asset-based approach. I had students teaching us how to score a goal in soccer, how to cook a dish. They're showing us something as simple as washing your hands, but it allows students to teach us something using this imperative mode, and it also shows us kind of their interests, and it goes beyond, again, this idea of memorization, but using grammar as a tool for communication and using it outside the classroom, because that's what we want students to be able to use it and to be able to recognize it. And so that was one of the innovative projects that I used in my classroom for my student teaching. And then we have the fourth section, which is facilitating a positive learning environment and parent involvement. Again, parent involvement is key when you are a teacher. Regardless of any district or any vision or any mission, you always have to maintain consistent and effective communication with parents, and you have to show how you're able to facilitate a learning environment. So in that section, I kind of highlighted my classroom management techniques, some of the ways that I approach student motivation, because some of these students sometimes are questioning why they're here. They don't care about the class. So you have to also showcase how is it that you motivate students, and just generally, how are you going to communicate with parents, whether it be documenting information on a Google form, logging calls, etc. You need to come prepared to these interviews, showing them what have you done and connect it to the experience that you have. And then at the end, growing professionally. Again, it's something, even one of the TPEs is growing as a professional educator. And so I had my students evaluate me at the end of the year. What is one thing I should continue doing? What was a favorite project? What should I change about my practices? And I printed out those Google form responses. I put them in the portfolio, and it shows educate panelists that you as an educator are willing to grow, that you're here to grow, and that you value student feedback, because at the end of the day, they're the ones that are receiving the education, and they're the ones who can help you improve the teaching practice more than some of the professors who don't normally see you teach. And so
Wow.
that is a summary of my portfolio.
This is tremendous. And once again, it was on a Google slide, and it looks so clean. You see a good idea of who you are as a person, your story, leading to the kind of strategies that you would use in class. What a powerful example. Just really appreciate you putting that together and be willing to share with us. You're not only a great teacher, but in this case, you're an educational leader as well, Andres.
Of course, thank you, Dr. Kim, as well, for the opportunity to showcase. I think someone coming freshly out of the program, one of my goals too is to be able to support these incoming credential students, to help these veteran teachers also adapt to new learning styles and newer pedagogy. And I think this is also a great opportunity for me to support fellow educators in the profession.
I appreciate that. And if, with your permission, I'd be happy to share some of the strategies that you just shared with me with other educators, educational leaders, future student teachers, so that your work is amplified with your permission.
I would gladly, you have my permission. I would gladly like for you to showcase, to inspire all of these, student teachers who are very eager to enter the career. And I think, I would have loved to have this example as a student teacher, just kind of before going in. And so I am here to benefit students and to serve them and to support them in this beautiful and precious career.
I feel that, Andres. Once again, don't forget that you're not just an educator, but you're an educational leader. This week, I hope you'll spend a lot of time just being proud of yourself. You've done a lot of good work in your credential program, going through the interview processes. I know that that's a lot. I hope you take a lot of time just treating yourself well, being so proud of yourself and really taking that moment. And then good luck and best wishes on your first day of school next year at Segerstrom. They're so fortunate and blessed to have you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kim, for the warm welcome, for the wishes, for continuing to support me. I will never be able to thank you for that. And I am so excited to be able to start to have my own classroom. And I will definitely be keeping in touch, sending pictures. And I also wish you the best as you start another academic year in your profession, at your school site, at the university. Thank you very much for everything.
And Andres, this is the biggest thank you could give to me. Work like this and your story and hearing your story. So thank you so much.
Thank you.